We are back. Welcome back to the Nick Hall Comedy Podcast. I am Nick Hall.
Josh Griffey here.
Hey, there he is.
Best number 2.
There he
Maybe
is.
number 1. You guys can decide. Who knows?
I think it's pretty clear who number 1 is. Hey, it's good to be back. Hell, it's been a long week. Been a good week again. Big one.
Biggin.
Oh, we got the new Kent Murphy out about DHing, so that's pretty neat. Probably the best. Actually, here's the thing. Kent thinks that DH is the best position in the world.
Right.
Because he hates playing defense. He thinks it's boring and it's a waste of energy that he could be using to hit dingers even further.
Does Kent discuss what he does when because he surely doesn't watch defense, right? Like, that's really boring.
No, in the video where he actually went and coached those kids, he takes naps.
Oh, just nap time.
In the dugout.
Right.
But
so theoretically, if he's a DH, he could take like a 30-minute nap between at bats.
Oh, 100%.
He's out late, bumping fuzz, free base and cheese dogs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get some naps.
But for me personally, I hate the DH rule. I think it's the worst rule in all of sports.
Oh, completely disagree.
You
I think you gotta. I guess I'm kind of torn. Like, to me, if you're gonna have it, NL and AL should both use it. I hate that one has it and one doesn't. That drives me nuts. So I'm either all for it or all against it. But I think there are guys, like great players that, would never have existed without the DH rule. Like Edgar Martinez and
dude, learn how to
Big Poppy, like one of the most exciting players ever.
It works both ways.
But you could say the same thing, like, hey, pitchers, learn to hit.
To hit. Yeah, it's part of the game. If you're gonna play in the game, you got to play both sides.
But that's the thing. The pitcher's arm is so valuable. They don't want to risk them getting hurt on the base path. So I understand.
Not my problem. My problem.
Right, I understand it's not your problem, but it's the same thing. Like, they don't make the QB go out and try to sack the other QB.
Yeah, but when that old guy that whoever made up baseball, whoever just was like, hey, I'm gonna make up baseball today. He wasn't like, you know what? We're gonna let pitchers puss out when they have to come up to bat.
I'll bet back then he was just cherry bombing anyway. So It was actually probably born from DH. He was just a hitter.
No, he wrote it and was like, everybody that plays defense then gets a turn to bat, and then later on, when the American League decided to come around, like 80 years later or whenever it was,
right.
I don't know my stats on that, but they're like, hey, do you mind if our pitchers be pussies and not hit? And the commissioner was like, yeah, I guess so. I guess if they, whatever, let them be pussies. It's just, it's a total cop-out.
See, that's the thing. Like, I'd rather see a guy like Big Poppy hit than watch, these pitchers who can barely even swing. They're not even looking to swing. They don't care. They don't want to get hurt.
Yeah, but it's it works both ways, because then it amazes me that the American League just doesn't win the championship every year, the World Series, because
in those games when they play in the AL stadiums, the other teams get a DH too.
Right, they get a DH too, but
they're actually at a big advantage because it's easier to find a hitter than it is to take a pitcher who doesn't bat hardly at all and put him in the big moment.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, the Red Sox,
right.
Big Poppy is their DH, and then they can stack up another big bat. Like, they sign Poppy or whatever team, just to be the DH. Mm-hmm. So they get this extra, just huge bat on their lineup. Whereas the NL guys, like, some dickhead that played like 40 innings all year is like, you're the DH now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like a backup second baseman. Yeah. The DH rule was introduced in 1973.
73, yeah. So I was like, okay.
So you've had a lot of
It was actually more than 80 years. Yeah. After. But anyway, that's my rant on the DH. Watch the Kent Murphy episode.
So you disagree with Kent, though. That's weird.
I do disagree.
That's very meta.
With Kent on that. It doesn't make for good comedy to be against the DH. It's
just illogical, man. You're fighting the uphill battle.
It's been done.
It's like people who hate instant replay. It's here to stay.
Speaking of Kent Murphy, I want to go ahead and just make a little announcement. And this is not an April Fool's episode. Like, this is not...
He's going to be the first openly gay baseball player.
Yes.
No.
I know we've earned ourselves a reputation now as just pure bullshitters when we announce big news.
Right.
But I just want to throw it out there. We're going to make a Kent Murphy movie.
Yep.
We're going to do it. We don't know how. We don't know how yet. I guess the reason I'm telling you, we have the script done. And we're starting to get meetings lined up to be able to pitch this to people.
Yeah.
To old men in Hollywood that have money that if we just say enough bullshit, they'll give us some of that money.
Been trying that for a long while.
Hopefully.
Open your pockets, man.
But I just want to throw it out to you guys. I just want to go ahead and make the announcements. That's something that we're pushing for. I get a lot of people that tweet to me or send me a message on Facebook or even like emails, and they're like, "What are you going to do with Kent next? Put him in a TV show, put him here or there, put him." Believe me, I'd fucking love to. I'd love to just be like, "Hey, Kent's a fucking TV show now." Right. But it's not that easy. But the road that we've chosen, we have a script virtually done, first drafted. We're going to be working on the second draft here soon as we start taking these meetings. What I need from you guys, I don't want to end up having to do a Kickstarter. I'd rather convince one of these guys out here that just has millions of dollars to give me some I know. But then to ask you guys
Santa Monica hooking.
Hey, do whatever. But what you guys can do to help is just keep sharing the videos. Keep sharing the Kent Murphy videos. Just raise as much awareness I can't say how thankful I am for how many people have seen Kent Murphy already and the opportunities that it has made for me, and now Griffey being a part of this. So we thank you for that, and we are trying to bring you more Kent Murphy in different areas, and we have really big plans. So just fucking stay tuned.
It's a big month for Kent. It's a big month for Kent.
Yeah,
so
we're gonna be doing some pretty cool stuff. So I just want to throw that out there. Take it for what it is. Whatever you feel like you need to do something. I don't care.
Maybe you start hooking. Yeah. Send us the profits.
Okay, I'll do a Kickstarter, but only if the proceeds are raised by hooking.
Anything you donate, you had to earn from sex. We want mad dick skills or vagina skills on the street.
I would be a male prostitute in a second.
Keep trying.
If I got to sort of pick my client base.
Oh, no way.
I don't want a 3-tooth truck stop lady.
They're the ones who are going to be cashing out. You know what I mean?
I know.
The hot girls are not going to be willing to pay you what if they were, the $2.
What if okay? Here's the question.
What was I saying? A lot of money.
If it were reversed, so all kinds of guys go and get female prostitutes.
Sure, why not?
Am I wrong? No.
Might be the best investment you can make.
Even really wealthy, good-looking guys that could get all kinds of pussy, they still go out and get these high-end prostitutes.
Business deal. They're better at it. You're paying for their silence. Get out of here.
Flip it. If it were the other way around, it's where these high-profile girls or hot girls actively sought out guy prostitutes.
Yeah.
Would you be a prostitute?
No doubt. I'd just be like, Amy, my wife, love of my life. You want a house? I'm hooking.
100%. 100%. I've had this conversation with my good friend Kyle 100 times, and because we have these friends that are pretty hot girls, and they're broke all the time. I was like, if I were a hot girl, 100%, I would never be without money.
I just hit the stage.
I would never be without money.
See, they don't even have to hook, man. You can just hit the stage.
If you're a hot girl,
or you can just fucking hit the circuit, man, and find a guy with money, shack up with him for a while. If I was a hot girl, dude, my life would be made. It'd be so much easier than what I'm fucking sorting for every day.
If you're a hot girl, you can make $50 in about 3 minutes just blowing a guy.
You don't even have to do. If almost any girl on earth came up and said, "Would you like to see my tits for $10?" I would imagine that. I know I'm in. Right away, I'm in. If I've got the cash, I'm in.
100%.
Or trade, I'll buy you $10 in groceries if you show me the tit in the fucking frozen pizza aisle. I'm imagining there's quite a lot of guys. Even if you're 50-50, easily you could make $100 a day just flashing your tits. There's no penetration. There's no
100%.
Violation. They're just hanging there anyways. We're looking 100%. At them through the shirt. Turn those things into a money-making incident.
Yeah. But
I do it in a heartbeat.
So that's $10 to get a look at the titties. Say she's you'll get a look at them for 30 seconds. For $10,
awesome.
You can touch them for 15.
In
that 30 seconds. But think
$5 per tit touch.
Think about how little time that takes. She could get a good girl.
Well, if they found us on the sidewalk, they could make $60 in 1 minute of work.
That's what I'm saying. You could get at least 100 guys a day.
Oh, no doubt.
At least.
No doubt.
At least.
But then you're in the weird thing. You probably have to hire a big ass security guy for the guy that
no, man,
little too horned up.
No, I just walk down Hollywood Boulevard and be like, hey, bro, want to see my titties? And
what's up, bro?
Whatever, dude. If I get arrested, I make $1,000 a day. I got money for bail. Who cares?
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's probably the way to go, man.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, dude, I would definitely. I'd strip. I'd do anything.
Oh, I would too.
I don't know about hooking, man. That's probably weirder for girls. Like, if I was a guy, I'd hook, like, yeah, dude, I'd bang, like, the most grotesque, dude. The Andre Giant, the women, you know what I mean?
No way,
like,
dude. I would hang, like, if I were a hot girl, I would hang out at, like, the high-stakes room at MGM Grand.
Like a James Bond movie.
All day.
Yeah.
And just fuck, like, I don't know, Persian princes. Who have
Persian princes.
like oil magnates from
You're just walking around looking for
the Middle
turbans and
East.
decorative robes. Well, that guy's got some cash.
Let's dude, let's go eat some Middle Eastern food and fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's do it.
What I'm doing, I'm walking around, I'm looking for the guy with the most fucking bedazzled affliction shirt.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be like, oh, that guy's dick's tiny. He's not going to wreck me, so I'll have an extra couple years on the back end. So I'm just banging affliction shirt guys with little dicks. Plus, they got like big muscles and shit. You'd be like, that's probably a good deal. Big muscles, little dick, bedazzled shirt.
It'd be amazing.
That's your ticket. Plus, you know those shirts are like $100 a pop.
Yeah.
So you know they're willing to just throw it away.
Totally.
That's the market, ladies. Affliction shirt guys, small dicks. Keep that thing intact. You get a couple years on the back end. Beautiful thing.
Yeah.
That's a business model. We should sell that to
100, like all the money I have, which is not much, but all the money I have says if you got everybody in one room that owns an affliction t-shirt together and you asked them what affliction meant, 85% don't know.
No.
85% couldn't tell you what affliction means.
Dedicated to muscles.
Yeah. Here's what it means. It means that you got to be ripped and be totally awesome.
Yeah.
Like you got to be a bro.
They're the best shirts. They don't absorb spray tan. They're awesome.
It means being a bro, getting huge, lifting.
Yeah, I got
all the time. That's what affliction means, man. That's what it means. It means watch UFC every Saturday, right?
Yeah. It's a lifestyle. You're afflicted with the lifestyle.
It's like affliction t-shirts make hipsters just seem awesome. To me.
Wouldn't it be cool if you could just like Thunderdome all these people? Like just all hipsters and affliction guys. Like you're getting your armies together because there's like way more hipsters, but they're so fucking tiny and pathetic.
Yeah.
Like I would say if the two armies could meet, you know what I mean? Just in like a Lord of the Rings style battle.
Yeah.
And just like, you know, you might walk away with a couple hundred of each left. Like it's just better for everyone.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
100%.
You think you can do fucking karate moves in those skinny jeans hipsters wear?
No, I doubt it.
You think every time they're like throwing a punch, they're like coming back with like the hair flip and shit? Like, ha ha!
Yeah, dude.
Might be hard to fight.
They have glasses like yours.
Well, first off, these are not decorative glasses like hipsters. These are medical apparatus.
Oh, they are?
And I get them because I don't have the little feet that pinch my nose. So
okay.
You're making fun of me for being handicapped.
No, I'm going to get some like that myself.
They're pretty baller.
I'm going to get some.
Pretty baller.
I'm going to get some.
Mine was actually inspired by Drew Carey, not a hipster.
Drew Carey was, he was not really a hipster. He was like in the army and shit before.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about sports.
That's
enough about hipsters and affliction.
That'd be a hell of a sport, though.
And male prostitution.
Did you see the new thing this week on the internet?
What thing?
Out of Europe, it's MMA, like affliction guys.
Is it the team MMA?
5-on-5.
Yeah,
I watched some of the fights, right? I only found like 2 or 3, I think. But it essentially boils down to like 5 guys just run at each other. They all start with like a jumping knee or kick. They just start throwing wildly, and what inevitably happens is one guy misses, goes to the ground, just gets socked in the face until he quits. And then that guy looks around, and he's like, oh, there's 4 even fights. He runs up and looks at the guy who's like wrestling and just starts like donkey punching him. So then at the end, it's just like, oh, now there's 2 of them. They just run around and start ganging up on these guys.
It's like Royal Rumble.
It's actually pretty pathetic. At least in Royal Rumble, you have to throw them over the ring. This is just like stomping people.
Yeah.
It's pretty pathetic.
Affliction means muscle milk and beating up 5 guys in the ring. That's what I'm...
I don't want to affect my gains, bro. No cardio. You know what I mean?
Cardio. Means having a little dick and big muscles, bro.
Yeah. And that's who I'm sleeping with.
Yeah, no, I did see that video. It was entertaining. Like, I'd watch that.
I'd rather watch the hipsters versus affliction guys.
I'd rather watch arm wrestling.
Oh, arm wrestling. Now that's the truest, manliest sport.
By the way, we've talked about arm wrestling all the time. We're going to try to get Travis.
Travis Bajent, dude.
Travis
Bajent.
Fucking
hero. Come on the pod.
We watched Pulling John the other day. You're in that too, bro. Come on.
Everywhere. We're your biggest fans.
Yeah,
Travis
we'll
Bajent.
pull you. I'll pull you. I don't give a shit.
Do you think our 4 arms versus his, we could do anything?
No.
No?
No, not at all.
I'd like to think that if I studied a little bit of my sciences,
No.
that like we could come up with some kind of tricky plan to dupe him.
We could probably take all 4 of our hands and wedge our feet on a wall and just be full on force, and he'd probably still put our asses down. Guarantee.
If I got a wall push and both my arms and my scientific knowledge, dude's done.
No.
Sorry,
He's
Travis.
a maniac. Travis, okay, so obviously if you come on the podcast, Travis, you're going to be sitting by me because we're fucking buddies now, and I got your back. Griffey's like, I'm stupid.
Hey, I love him. Guy's great.
Well,
Just talking mad trash during the arm wrestling. If you guys are not watching Game of Arms, you are missing out. You got to turn this show on.
Watch Game of Arms and watch Pulling John.
Yeah.
Like, we were not getting paid by either one of those shows.
Over the top in real life. It's just the best.
Yeah.
Like, why would you not want to see that movie every day?
The main dude that Pulling John is about, John
Brezink, yeah.
He was in Over the Top.
Yeah, and he hadn't lost in like 20-some years or something in the documentary.
Yeah, he was like the reigning overall world champ for 25 straight years.
That's insane.
And then I don't want to spoil
Most dominant athlete ever?
Yeah,
Maybe.
Nobody else, no team has won that much, let alone like one person. Like
it's like Brezink, number 2, best sports team ever, Steelers.
Yeah,
like that's where he goes.
And the thing is, it's not like it's pussy stuff. Like this dude is just he was whipping people's ass in arm wrestling for 25 years.
Yeah.
That's like Michael Jordan getting the scoring title for 25 straight years.
Right.
Even when he was like 48, he would have had to get a scoring title again.
Which would have been easier for him than when he got the Bobcats into the playoffs this year. Huge achievement. Good job, Michael.
Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous.
But
great. Yeah, check it out. We're going to do probably like a whole arm wrestling podcast at some point. So
oh, God, yeah.
We got to save all that good material for the podcast.
Save it for the pod.
So let's talk about baseball.
Okay.
I can't go a whole podcast without doing it.
It's baseball season.
It's my favorite thing.
It's baseball season.
Love baseball. So you brought it up. Let's talk about Adam Jones.
Adam Jones, man. If you guys haven't seen this, Adam Jones went on a huge rant. I think they were at Yankee Stadium. Essentially, 2 bros run out on the field.
Yep.
After the game, they're asked about the fans, and Adam Jones he fucking flips out, dude. Like, he freaks out. And he starts doing all this, they should go to jail for, like, years. Like, huge fines. He's like, I hope they all break their legs on the field.
Break their femurs.
Yeah, break their femurs, not like their ankles. He's like, they should line them up, and we should get a shot to kick them with our metal cleats. Like, he went ape shit, right? And I gotta say, I'm 100% with him.
I think I am too.
I'm an absolute hater of the jumping
too.
on the field and the running around and the disrupting the game. And I mean, I heard this on a show this week. I can't remember what it was, but they're talking about like, these guys are fucking nuts. Like, if you're a baseball player out there and you see some guy running at you, I don't know how these guys have the restraint to not knock that dude out.
Well, yeah.
That's probably, he's got a weapon. He's like a crazed fan trying to hurt you.
Like, I don't even think it's like I'm not against people running onto the field as long as they're just like being jackasses, right?
No way.
But my thought is,
they deserve to get punished.
That's my thing. My thought is, like, yeah, go ahead and run onto the field, but just know that you're entering a fucking arena of just grown-ass men.
Gladiator. That's what you want.
That all they do is just fucking, like, lift weights and work out and are world-class athletes. So fucking good luck, bro.
Right.
Like,
you want to turn it into the Coliseum. Like, when you jump in, you're like Russell Crowe, and everyone's going to try to kill you.
They don't even have security. They're just like, no. Like, if you beat a player's ass, good for you.
Yeah, but you get, like, free season tickets.
But most likely you're going to get stomped out.
Right.
And then
wouldn't it be cool, though,
if, like, to you to get off
if, like, the baseball players, like, on their little belts on the back, they're just like, whoosh, and, like, could whip out, like, the batons and stuff and just beat the shit out of these guys.
Oh, I'd love to see somebody do it on a football field.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm not a fan of any of that. Like, I don't get it. Like, the guys who fucking want to streak on the field. There was that girl last year who, like, was taking a selfie as she was getting tackled by a security guard. And everyone on the internet's like, best selfie ever. And I'm like, no, like, I hope that little girl's, like, injured.
Well, that's the thing. Like,
I'm with Adam Jones.
Was it the Royals, a few years ago when those 2 guys jumped out of the stands and beat the fuck out of the first base coach? Remember that?
Yeah.
And then they got stomped out. Like, the players were like, okay, we're beating ass now.
Right, absolutely.
Right? But think about it. If the players could just stomp ass as soon as they get on the field, those dudes wouldn't have made it to the first base.
You see it every now and again in, like, football games, right? Like, they'll get out on the field. I've seen a couple football players, like, take a dude out, right? Like, lay him out with the tackle. And I'm like, immediately they just have to regret that. I don't know what's wrong with these fucking people that they're like, They pay all this money to go to a game. They're like, you know what I need to do? Run on the field.
Yeah.
Like, why? What's the point? What would go through someone's mind to be like, I should do that?
Well, there's a new thing now too. I saw a few weeks ago, but like, people will be at games and they'll send a tweet out. Like, if I get 1,000 retweets, I'll run on the field.
Oh.
And then they go viral. So this dude did it. I think it was either at a baseball game. I think it was at a spring training game. Maybe. It might have been a basketball game. I can't remember. But anyway, he sends out a tweet like that. He's like, if I get 1,000 retweets, I'll rush the court or the field or wherever he was. I think it gets like 20,000 retweets because everybody's like, fuck yeah, dude, go. You know, because people are crazy. So he gets it. And then like the ushers, like the team became aware of it and came over and were like, you're kicked out. They kicked him out. Like, they like
that's awesome.
preempted it, you know? Like,
it's got to just be this place of like, it's like this weird narcissistic, like, I just want to be a part of something. Like, I just don't fucking get it, man. Like,
how iconic was it though when Hank Aaron hit the home run to break Babe Ruth's record?
Did he look very thrilled when those two guys?
No, but
that's
like one of the best sports images of all time. The dude running the bases with him, because it was like it like crossed all these barriers and like it was like one of the best moments in sports, man.
First off, if I'm Hank Aaron, right, in that era, and two whiteys come up behind me, I'm stopping and just dealing out Norris roundhouse kicks to the face. Yeah, I'd be like, you know what, you fucking white bastards have been sending me death threats and shit for years.
Oh, they were.
I'm not shaking their hands. I'm just stopping. Like,
they were.
Just fucking
like
busting
Hank
ass.
Aaron went through all kinds of shit when he got into the league.
Yeah,
all kinds of
the
shit.
thing. Like, those two dopes, like, I mean, that's the thing. Like, why ruin his moment? Like, that's his achievement, not those two dopey fucking.
No, I agree with that,
Kelsos.
but it was kind of like symbolic of a win for the city. It was like a big thing for the city and like the team, and they just. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that's the mentality. That
Hank Aaron will forever be a little bit pussier to me till the day he dies, because
well, no,
he did not roundhouse kick those guys to the mouth.
Well, no, he was trying to touch home. He just broke the fucking record. If he starts fighting, the home run doesn't count.
How cool would it be if he just does one roundhouse kick, knocks both of them out, and then goes and touches
Not saying
home?
that wouldn't be awesome.
Would that be a better sports image? I'd have a poster of that on my wall.
Probably would
just
be.
like in the background, right? The giant scoreboard flashing the home run record total, and just him with just his cleat right on the guy's
right
chin.
in the neck, like they're bleeding, like he just brutally
Throat rip, like a Roadhouse throat rip. They're
brutal,
just,
like the whole crowd's like, yes, he just broke the record. Then he just brutally murders two people. On
kills
the
two
field,
whiteys with
and
one
everybody's
cleat
like,
kick.
oh.
And
then he runs around the bases like this the rest
absolutely.
of the way.
That would have changed the face of baseball forever in a good way.
No, I think that's terrible. I think,
Nah, man, fuck those guys.
Yeah, fuck them.
I'm with Hank Aaron, dude. Will always like. I can't wait for someone to break his record just because he's a wuss.
I don't want rushing the field to stop. It's fucking crazy. I like it. Funny shit happens.
It's not.
I just want the player. I'm with Adam Jones. I want the players to be able to beat ass.
I mean, I guess that if the players could immediately see it and they could all run out there like a gang of nine and fucking whoop someone and zip tie him and shit.
I mean, the perfect example, the Pacers and Pistons brawl. Remember that?
Yes.
The player didn't come onto the court.
That was different. That was the player going. I'm not
or,
for players going into the
fan
stands.
didn't come onto the court, but the dude like threw the beer cup or whatever.
Right.
And people throw shit at athletes all the time. Like
and they should also be able to get their ass kicked.
Was it Philadelphia where people just like throw batteries at people and shit?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like if that happens, you should be open to getting your ass beat by the
I agree completely.
By the big ass fucking world class athlete.
And of course, living in LA, like we're subject to the worst fans in the history of fandoms. I think Dodger fans, and it's one of those things like bad fans they wreck everything for everyone. So for me, like the more bad fans that you could just see getting carried out on a stretcher and be like, wow, man, he's got 3 Matt Kemp knuckles right in his face.
Yeah.
Like, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Clean it up.
You know who could have used somebody running on the field? The Astros.
The Astros.
They got, what would you say? They got a 0.0
Yeah, I saw the
rating?
Astros had a 0.0 rating this week. For one of
their
their games,
televised game, yeah.
They had a game where literally 0 people
tuned in.
Watched that game.
Yeah.
And apparently it's some kind of weird, like, I think it's a weird dispute, right? Like we have out here the Time War or the DirecTV versus the Dodgers network. Yeah. Just something where it's like there's not enough demand for Astros baseball for them to sign a contract. And so literally they had a 0.0 rating.
Oh my God.
Now, if you put it to where a guy runs out there and Dexter Fowler is doing that 5-on-5 MMA shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Then they get a better
Somebody
rating
runs on
of
the field during that game, at least 10 people tune in.
Maybe.
At least
What do you think people down there are watching in Houston?
Fucking rodeos, probably.
Rodeos? That's all they want. They're just watching Dallas Buyers Club.
It's miles and blood. It's a distant mud. It's a roar of a Sunday crowd.
I don't know what they're.
Hell yeah, Garth Brooks and rodeos. That's what they love down there.
This is the weirdest thing. Like, not even a bar accidentally had the TV on. Like, it's so weird. It's 0.0. That's fucking insane.
Some guy at the bar is like, hey, put the Astros game on. The bar says, like, go fuck yourself. Yeah. We're watching the rodeo.
God damn it, my stories are on, boy.
We're watching bull riding, asshole.
Sure.
Where's your cowboy boots, man?
Hey, I've seen an Astros game this season. Not really anything worth watching. I'm with them. 0.0, you earned it.
Yeah.
They're the team of sabermetrics, and people don't give a shit.
God. And you know what they keep saying about the Astros, too? Like, they're abysmal. And they have been for, 3 years now, where they've just been, like, completely non-competitive.
Well, the weird thing is they're doing the...
But they do that thing with the Astros where they're like, the farm system, they have one of the best farm
That's
systems.
what I mean. They're the team of sabermetrics. Like, they watch Moneyball, right? And they got it on DVD, and they're like, you know what? This is a great idea. And they just started cleaning house, and they're accruing all this young talent.
Yeah.
But is it ever going...
But I feel like...
0. Oh, my God. Apparently, this is not even... the first time they've had a 0.0.
Oh, I believe it. They've been terrible for a long time. Like, they went to the World Series in, 2005, I think? And then Biggio retired.
Right.
Who was, like, one of my favorite baseball players ever. And then after that, they stopped committing to their team. And but they're, I swear to God, every team that's, like, shitty, they're always like, their farm system's one of the best. Give them 3 years. Like, is it? There's no way their farm system is that good.
Right.
And they've sucked for 7 years. There's just no way.
I agree.
There's no way.
But apparently last September, they also got a 0.0 rating because they were up against a regular season game between the Texans and the Ravens.
Yeah.
They also got a 0.0.
But it's like those teams are like, they've got so many guys in AAA that are MLB ready. Well, like, call them the fuck up because they're not going to do any worse than these guys.
I mean, at that point, you got to get weird with it, right? Like, you got to find some way to draw eyeballs. Like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you just start doing a thing where, like, all right, our pitcher's going to fucking throw at every guy on the other team for one game. You know, if you can decide how many bench clearing brawls come out, like, we'll give you, 3 cowboy hats is like a guess, right? Like, start like a Twitter giveaway.
You get 3 10-gallon hats and a pair of shit kickers. If you come to the game.
Maybe that's what you should. Well, how could we help the Astros? What would it take for you to watch an Astros game?
Them to be playing like the Reds or the A's.
If they're playing your team, you'd watch.
Yeah, like.
But barring that, what else could they? There's got to be something. Like, what if they had?
If they had a sweet promo or something. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, like something, right?
Yeah.
Like, why don't they have, like, hot cheerleaders? Like, what if they just put stripper poles on top of the dugouts,
Let's send it out. Let's do this. Mm-hmm. We need to think of gimmicks or, like, promotional activities that the Astros could do on their TV broadcasts. Yeah. That could draw in.
Try to draw anyone in.
Anything. It could be anything. It could be they have a girl lay on top of the dugout and do the ping pong ball trick.
Oh, man.
After the third, she's just sitting there.
Oh, God, yeah. I'd watch that. I already
Give us your ideas. Hit us up.
You guys have ideas to how to fix the Houston Astros.
I did this, like, our Twitters were still there, but I don't think they are.
Let's put them up here this week.
I edit the videos. I'll fucking put them wherever I want.
Put them up here.
Okay, I'm going to put them up there.
Put them up there.
Hit us up on Twitter, at nickhallcomedy, at JLGriffey61. What can we do to make people watch the Astros?
Let's help out the poor Astros.
Let's do it.
You know what they could start with for me? Just burning all those vintage unis.
Yeah. Maybe
just the worst vintage uni maybe in the history of sports.
Maybe if we can think of, like, some good ideas that they could incorporate into their video broadcast, Griffey and I could film them.
Yeah.
We could film some video promos for the Astros.
That'd be awesome.
I say we do it. I'm game.
If they put arm wrestling in the game, we'd watch. We watch that every week.
Yeah. Into the fourth, they let Travis Bajent come out, and he gets to arm wrestle. Like, 10 fans just gonna, like, I'll do it, and they come down there, and if you beat him, you get $1 million. Oh, yeah. Nobody's gonna beat him,
but it'd still be fun to watch.
Yeah,
just all these shit kickers getting.
And then if somebody does beat him, it's gonna be like the movie Semi Pro, when Jackie Moon tells them everybody gets corn dogs, and and then they get it, and he's like, I don't have any fucking corn dogs.
I'm out of corn dogs.
Astros like, we don't have $1 million.
Astros like, we don't even pay our players. It's ridiculous.
We're gonna do a Mount Rushmore here in a minute. But before we do, we've got the NBA playoffs coming up. Mm-hmm. And
big week for your team.
I got to talk about it.
Get it off your chest.
I am not happy right now.
No, why would you be?
So, as you probably know, I'm a Pacers fan. You're more of like a Lakers guy, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've never really had like an NBA team I really followed. So when I moved to LA, I just kind of like was like, they're the local team. Fucking shacked up with them, you know?
Yeah.
But I've been a loyal fan this season. I'm still watching games here and there. Like, I feel like it's a weird thing for like a Laker fan. You never really have had the chance like to prove your mettle.
Yeah.
Right? So now I'm proving my mettle by watching this just
right.
subhuman basketball.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And then like a couple years from now, I'll be like, I was there.
Shit, like recently they're playing better than the Pacers. Like it's better basketball.
Well, everyone
than the
is.
Pacers right
Except
now.
for the Bucks. It's like
but that's
the Bucks
the
and
thing.
the Pacers.
So I've been a Pacers fan my entire life. Like I grew up spending nights crying in bed when we would lose to the Knicks. Like I would cry myself to sleep.
Yeah.
And this year started out, it was like, it felt like the year. You know what I mean? It felt like that 2000 team. Like I knew that they were good. The year we went to the finals and lost to you guys. The 98 team that took the Bulls to 7 games, I was like, this is the caliber team that we have.
Right.
And this might be the team that can actually get over that hump. Like we were just dominating everybody.
Right.
And then the last almost month now, it's almost like the Monstars stole all of our like all 5 Pacers starters touched the basketball and gave away.
Somewhere Pat Riley has a glowing basketball and he's just like
yeah, it's the worst, man. And I can't put my finger on it because on my Facebook, like everybody has an opinion because like I have so many friends.
I know what your opinion is. You think it was the Granger trade.
I do think it was the Granger trade.
What about that trade? I mean, Granger's injured now. Like, so it wouldn't even matter.
Like I'm not saying that Granger just like came in and dropped 25 a night and and just kept hitting game-winning shots. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
But the dude, by all accounts, everybody loved him in the locker room.
Okay.
He was a huge mentor to Paul George.
Right.
And from what I've read a few things that once we traded him, because they didn't tell the team apparently. They just struck the deal and were like, hey guys, Granger's gone. And it caused a divide, supposedly, in the dugout, like where people are picking sides. And it's like
the locker room is broken. It's actually weird. They're all kind of turned into like catty little children pointing
fingers. And Evan
fingers.
Turner is not that good, just like I said. He's been mediocre at best.
But I mean, he's only a bench player. He's just there as a scoring
He's been no
option.
better than Granger. It was a fucking stupid trade. Granger's got the experience. He had the team. Like, why do it in the middle of the year where you're making the best run probably the franchise has ever made?
Right.
Why trade away that guy?
Well, here's the question. What did you think of the Vogel benching the starters the other night against the Bucks?
I hated it. And we won and it paid like
barely a last second shot against the Bucks.
It did whatever and you can say whatever about it, but it's fucking stupid. Like if you watched any of the games, clearly the Pacers have had zero chemistry for about 3 weeks now.
Right.
So what you do, you just like, hey guys, I'll sit on the bench and just talk about it. Don't get on the court and try to work it out against the worst fucking team in the league.
Punish a bunch of grown men.
Yeah, just go punish grown men.
This is a weird thing. It's like
it made no sense.
It's like a father when like you're starting to come of age and like he smells your madness coming. So he's constantly trying to like knock you down a notch to be like, I'm still the dad here. Like I'm still the alpha. It's like, do you really think those players were sitting on the bench like, oh guys, we really blew it. Like we made Uncle Frank real mad.
Coach is awful sore about the way we played the last month, you guys.
They're all just like holding hands and praying, like, and then, find the strength, Jesus.
And then you know what? And then you know what else pissed me off? We played the Heat, and before the game they were interviewing. Yeah, and the Heat beat our ass. And before the game they were interviewing the players, and the reporters were trying to light the fire. They were trying to stoke it,
right?
You know, and so they would be like, "How do you feel about the Heat?" You know. And Hibbert was like, I hang out with Birdman all the time, so I'm on South Beach last night. We're friends. On the court, you know, I'm not friends with him, but, you know, we're friends. And he just, like, talking. And Paul George is like,
you think they share child porn files?
I don't know. And Paul George is like, yeah, I like LeBron a lot. I hang out with him all the time. And it's like, dude.
Pussies.
You know what? Magic Johnson and Larry Bird used to hang out all the time in the off season. They did. I have no problem with that. Like, people are friends. I get it. But go back and watch like any interview when neither of them played and see if either one of them said a nice word about either one of them.
Right.
Same with like Jordan and anybody else that took a run
I still
at him.
think that Larry Bird may have been behind the Magic AIDS. I think maybe he was planting the groupies
at the end of his career. No, but like that's
He was just down at those buyers clubs, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Hey, come here. I got a guy who will plow you."
it's professional sports, whether you like it or not, is an entertainment business.
Right.
It's driven by the fans that pay the tickets to go to the games.
Mm-hmm.
And the fans want to see their teams compete to the top level.
Absolutely.
And do that. And some teams suck and some teams don't.
It's actually one of my biggest pet peeves, though, is what you're getting at is the fucking friendship thing.
Right.
That fucking drives me insane.
It's soft. And you can see it on the court. We've been playing soft. We have no fucking moxie. We have no backbone. Hibbert's fucking 7'2" and gets 1 rebound against a team that doesn't run a guy on the court bigger than 6'10".
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, Udonis Haslem is blocking him out.
To me, it's the same thing, right? When you watch a UFC fight, and these guys are like literally trying to kill each other, and then the fight ends, and what do? Just sweaty manhug.
But
It's
what
God.
I'm getting at is it's an entertainment. It is, whether you
Right.
like it or not. And the fans don't want to hear you fucking cupping another guy's balls in an interview. They want to hear you talk about how much you want to beat them. You can be friends with them all you want behind closed doors in the off season. I don't give a shit. But when you're about to play the team that's probably going to take the 1 seed from you now because you played like a bunch of
game and a half up, right? Yeah.
queefs on the court, and you're just like, yeah, I'm friends with them. Like, dude, grow a fucking pair and and say that Birdman's the biggest piece of shit you've ever known, and you're going to dominate him on the court.
Yeah.
And then after the game, be like, hey, Birdman, I didn't mean that.
Just
you know what
plant
I mean? Like,
more child pornography on his computer. Get his ass arrested.
And it's part of it all falls into that pussification of America, the vaginalization.
Vaginalization of America, as I call it. I'm a huge
Everybody
fighter.
wants to
This
be
is the
PC.
thing, man. Here's the other thing. Hey, Pacers, how hard is it to hate a guy who has lips tattooed on his neck?
I know.
Come on. If
Like,
there's a
how
guy
hard
you can
is
hate,
that?
it's the Birdman.
Oh my God. And how hard is it to hate LeBron? Like, I get that he mentored you, but dude, the guy plays like a bitch. Like, hate him. Everybody hates him.
I'm not on the
Everybody
LeBron
hates
hate
him.
train. I'm actually
Everybody
not on the
hates him.
LeBron hate
Yeah,
train.
I do.
But
I do.
But I get what you're saying, man. It's sad. It's sad.
The guy's the best player in the league, and you're like, I'm friends with him. You should be like, I want to be the best player in the league. Like,
Right.
I want to beat that motherfucker.
Right.
Not like, oh,
What
hey,
do
LeBron.
you think they can do at this point, or do you just think it's over?
I don't know, man.
You think you're going early upset?
Best case scenario, they've been playing like this to just take it easy because they know something that we don't, and they're fine with getting
No
the
way.
2 seed, and they run through the playoffs like you thought they were at the beginning of the season. Worst case scenario, which may not be that far off reality, we go out in the first round because we can't fucking score right now.
Yeah. I don't know, man. The cattiness out
But
of the locker room, the little
tell you
girls,
this,
like,
if they don't get it together soon, even if they win the first round, they're not going to beat the Bulls in the second round.
Yeah.
If they get that matchup. Not going to happen. The Bulls will eat them alive if they're playing like this.
we better get on the horn, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Fix it.
All right. One more thing before we get to the we want to talk about it long, to the Mount Rushmore. Stephen Colbert. Remember the rant I went on about the cancel Colbert? Just got the Late Show nod for Letterman. So eat shit, all of you stupid movement people, you fucking idiots.
He went from getting canceled over an out-of-context joke to, haha, now I have, like, the biggest show on TV.
Yeah, I'm taking over for the best late-night person ever.
It's the weirdest
like
thing,
him
though.
and Johnny Carson are the top 2 ever.
But Colbert is being canceled, though.
I
So
know.
it's kind of like this weird...
But I just want to throw that out there because that really
He's
pissed me
replacing
off.
Ball
All right.
State legend.
Ball State,
David Letterman.
my alma mater, and his alma mater legend,
The mighty Cardinals.
David
baby.
Letterman. We got to hurry up and get famous so that we can get on Letterman before he retires.
Well, when we make the
Like,
Astros a huge success.
That's like my biggest. Yeah, I know, right? Okay.
Well, fuck it. Letterman will be retired, dude. He'll have nothing to do. He'll just be a socks and sandals guy, bored, and we'll call him up and say, Letterman, you can come on the pod.
Letterman's like
We'll have you on the pod.
Letterman's my favorite, just one of my favorite people in the world. Like, he's probably my biggest comedy icon, or like the guy that I look up to the most in comedy.
It's weird.
I'm gonna be sad.
It's weird, but okay.
He's a funny dude.
I don't think I've watched Letterman in a decade.
Oh man, you're missing out.
I used to a little bit in
He's a
college.
genius.
And, he's good.
He's
Whatever.
a genius. All right, let's get to the Mount Rushmore that we are gonna do today. And I'm just chilling like this. I'm just sitting up.
I pretty much am this might be my most dominant powerhouse list yet.
Get real. Here's the Mount Rushmore topic for today. We're gonna do
It's in honor of.
Okay, yeah, we should preface it. In honor of Ultimate Warrior passing.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace,
54
Ultimate
years young,
Warrior.
real tragedy.
Pro-
It's got to be the roids
definitely
and the drugs.
One of my favorite wrestlers of
Oh,
all
man.
time. He was in
I
my
had the wrestling buddy.
He was in my wrestling Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Love the dude.
I had the wrestle buddy. I also, dude, when you're a kid and you just saw that guy, like he looked like what a pro
Right.
wrestler should look like.
Yeah, the face paint.
When that
yeah.
music came on and he ran
Just
to the
sprinted,
ring.
dude.
Oh god, as a little
and then
kid,
he would, like,
you just exploded.
shake the ropes and shit. Yeah, dude. He was the best.
Oh,
He
you ever
was the
watch any
best.
of his like his promos and shit?
Oh yeah.
Like I just was
Let me
rewatching
tell
some
ya.
before
They
the
all-
show.
Every wrestler talks like that. Hey, let me tell you.
Yeah. But the weird thing about his was he would just start saying nonsense. And like even the Macho Man would like look confused and you're like, fuck, if you're too weird for the Macho Man, like
They released all the letters that him and Vince McMahon wrote back and forth
Mm-hmm.
because it became that lawsuit made him public knowledge.
Right.
And he wrote like that as not the like that wasn't the character talking. That was like really the dude.
Oh, yeah.
That's like how he wrote the letters.
no,
and
he's
shit,
like the
too.
Gary Busey of pro wrestling.
But this is in honor of the Ultimate Warrior from my home state. Went to Indiana State University for like a year. So what we're gonna do, Mount Rushmore of the best professional wrestlers
In movies.
in movies. So like the best character played by a professional wrestler
yeah.
in a movie.
Oh yeah.
So like this is not gonna be on the list, but just an example would be The Rock in The Tooth Fairy.
Right.
Like he played
Should be
that
on the
role.
list.
Like it's not gonna be on the list.
Might
but,
be his best movie.
But that's an example. So let's get it started. Oh man. I've got so many in my head right now that I like my list is gonna be so good.
My list was big, but I distilled it down to only the worthy.
Almost unfair.
I mean, you're gonna get whooped. You're gonna
okay.
get whooped.
But okay.
You want to kick it off?
No, you started off since you're so
All right.
confident.
Well, number 4, I'm going with a super classic Hulk Hogan Suburban Commando.
Like that one.
He plays an alien bounty hunter, I think, or a mercenary. He crash lands and essentially becomes like, kind of lives with this family. It's kind of like a Harry and the Henderson setup, but with a big alien Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Right? So then he has to like track down like spaceship parts and the Undertaker's tracking him down. He helps the like dad at his like job. Just a classic, like great movie. When you were a kid, you're like, God, I wish Hulk Hogan would crash land in my yard and like be my fucking giant friend. Great movie. You know, the Hogan dude, like when I was a kid, Hulk Hogan like could do no wrong. To me, he was everything you wanted to be
I loved
as a
Hogan.
man.
He was my everything.
Yeah. He was my everything. Hogan in Suburban Commando, though, had some great, great stuff.
Yeah.
Loved him.
I did too.
Alien ass kicker. Alien ass kicker. Gotta have it.
He was pretty good, and we're gonna match up on that one.
That's your 4 too?
That's my number 4. It's,
Okay.
I hate to be in there with you because I hate your.
Well, I mean,
guts.
if you're doing it correctly, if you're doing your list correctly, then we will have the same answers.
So Hulk Hogan, Suburban Commando,
Right.
And you could almost say like Hulk Hogan in was it Rocky 4, Rocky 3?
Rocky 3, the
Rocky
Clubber
3
Lang.
when he
Clubber Lang, yeah.
Clubber Lang.
He was also in the one where he was a nanny. That one was kind of
Yeah,
funny.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
like him in a tutu on the cover.
What was that called?
It was
Oh,
a lot
man.
like Suburban Commando,
Yeah.
just like without the cool alien stuff.
What was it? There was Commando and then Suburban Commando, right?
Right. Commando's the Arnold movie.
That's right. That's right.
Different.
I can't remember. what
That's
that
right.
movie. I know
Hulk
what it
Hogan
was. I
had
know
a
what you're talking
glorious
about,
movie
though.
career. He
All
did
right.
great for himself.
Number 3.
Number 3 for me, I'm going Bill Goldberg as Santa Claus in Santa Sleigh.
Okay.
Okay, so essentially it is these kids are asking their grandpa, like, we want the real story of Christmas. He's like, if you want the real story, you gonna get the real story. And in this version, Santa Claus is actually the only son of Satan. So what Jesus is to God, Santa Claus is to Satan,
Yeah.
right? So they have all these great, like, he comes down the chimney and breaks it open. He just starts beating people's asses, right? That's
Yeah.
kind of the whole movie. There's a great scene where he's at a strip club. And he walks into this girl and he just goes, hose, hose, hose. And it's like grabbing her, like looking like a blowjob and just fighting people and shit. It's amazing. But I'm in for anything where it's evil Santa Claus. Like I love all evil Santa Claus movies. There's probably like 4 of them, weirdly enough.
I've never seen the movie, but what you just described to me feels like probably the best movie of all time.
We should maybe
Like,
rate it. Like it might be a
sounds
perfect
like
film. Yeah.
a perfect movie.
But yeah, so Santa Claus yelling out hose, 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 and then proceeding to straight ass kicks. Like, it's awesome.
Yeah,
and there's a guy, Santa Claus is punishing not only the naughty, but the nice. It's out of control. It's a great movie. Check out Santa Sleigh, Bill Goldberg. It's my number 3.
All right. I'm going to go The Rock
Okay.
in The Rundown.
All right.
I love that movie.
The Rock is the biggest crossover movie star.
Right.
By far. Last year, he was the highest grossing actor of last year.
But The Rundown was back when he was still, like...
a normal-sized human.
When he was still into the wrestling world, like,
right.
kind of, like, part-time, kind of full-time.
Right.
Now he just does, like, an appearance. Now he just does, like, an appearance.
Right.
Every now and then. Hopefully anybody can hear me when I was
I thought The Rundown, I mean, it was a cool movie, but it's kind of, like, generic, weak. Like, it doesn't have the panache of playing Santa Claus, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, yeah, but that's a needle in a haystack, and it would probably be... in a diamond in the rough, if you will. It would probably be in my top 4 if I'd ever seen it. But I'm not gonna lie to my listeners and be like, yeah, I've seen it, putting that in my top 4.
Well, if you haven't seen it, you should be a little ashamed of yourself. I know you've had the time.
I need to watch it.
You need to watch it.
I need to watch it.
All right, so The Rundown, that's kind of weak, so I'm clearly ahead on the score.
My top 2 are gonna dominate.
Are they?
Yeah.
All right. Well, number 2, I'm going Andre the Giant as Fezzik in The Princess Bride. Pretty awesome.
Damn it!
Remember when he's just huge? The Dwed Pirate Roberts. Yeah. And he just, the voice and the size. He has that fucking epic throwdown with Carrie Hughes or whatever. What's his name?
Elwes. Carrie Elwes.
Fix the name, dude. Carrie Elwes. Always had a beef with that name. Sounds stupid.
Yeah, that's...
But anyways, also, there's no way he ever takes down Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
Plus, that set is actually notorious for, like, Andre the Giant would go out with the guys after filming and he'd just, like, chug, like, kegs of wine.
Yeah.
And they would drink so much, the movie almost stopped shooting a couple times because he was just bringing these guys back, like, near death with alcohol poisoning.
My number 2
Legendary.
My number 2 is the same.
Andre the Giant?
Yeah, man. I'll show you. It sucks that I've matched up with you on 2 of these. It's a real...
You were almost correct. You were
fucking pain
almost
in my
there.
ass. Yeah. But, I mean, you come on. Watch that movie and just...
It's one of the greatest movies that's ever... It's one of the greatest movies I've ever seen, let alone featuring a wrestler as a cool character.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Fezzik.
All right, number 1.
Number 1, this is easy. Like, if you miss this one, I feel a little ashamed of you. It is clearly Jesse the Body Ventura, I think his name was Blaine, in Predator.
Predator!
It starts off with him. He just starts the movie off on the tone of, like, the manliest group of guys ever in a movie is the Predator Squad. They're flying through the jungle. I probably have done this before. It's my favorite line in movie when he's offering around the chew tobacco. I'm actually doing my snus packs now in honor of him, which he would still think I'm lame. But he's trying to hand around chew, right? And all the guys are like, no way, I don't want that. And he's like, what are you, a bunch of slack-jawed faggots? He's like, this shit'll make you a sexual tyrannosaurus. And right away, like, watching that movie, even as a young boy, I'm like, I'm already failing at 8 years old. Like, I need to fix my life and become more like him. And then he has that huge chain gun, just like, he has the, like, the Australian hat with, like, the one thing flipped up.
Yeah.
Just the baddest dude of all time.
Pretty badass.
Might be one of the baddest ass movie characters ever.
Yeah. Well, I'm going with my number 1, which clearly beats your number 1. Roddy Piper. They Live.
That's a good one.
They Live, man.
That's a good one.
I came here to chew bubble gum and kick ass.
Right.
And I'm all out of bubble gum. Like we've done that line before on the like.
I think both of those lines were in our top
it just doesn't get any better than that. It just
the movie
doesn't.
itself has some issues. Like, it's okay.
No.
It's not a.
He walks
super
around
great
and he's got this. They find those glasses at like the church or whatever.
Right.
And he puts them on and he's like.
Right. He can see all the. Like,
and then like the second half of the movie, they actually show you what he sees, and it's like these crappy X-rays of people because he can see the true person or whatever. So like.
Right.
And then he pulls them off, and the guy's like, "Hey," he's like, "Do you want to buy this newspaper?"
That movie also has those like ridiculously long fight scenes where it's like the two guys like this, and they just take turns.
They're
just
amazing.
Fucking punching each other for like 5 minutes at a time.
You know what I was thinking too when we were making this list, and I can't get it in my head. I'm not 100% sure. The guy in Happy Gilmore, the boss with the nail in his head, wasn't that dude a pro wrestler at one point?
I don't know. He's actually Jaws from James Bond. Like, that was his big thing before that
maybe
movie.
That's what
he was a Bond villain, yeah.
I knew, like, because I've seen him in Happy Gilmore.
Right.
And then I have this weird, like, vision of him somewhere else, and I was like, is it pro wrestling? Could be something else.
Jaws from James.
He looks like he could be a pro wrestler.
There are some honorable mentions. Like, I almost went Kevin Nash as Super Shredder in Ninja Turtles 2.
Oh, yeah.
But he was kind of all make-upped up. He didn't really do much. He just... That's a fucking cool character to play.
Yeah.
Tyler Mane, who was a WCW wrestler at one point, he played Michael Myers in the new Rob Zombie Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
And he was so huge and
I
terrifying.
forgot
Like,
about
he
that.
kind of brought, like... Michael Myers went from, like, kind of a normal-sized guy in, like, a weird mechanic suit to, like,
and
this
that would,
actually terrifying
like, that would
dude.
have to be up there if it were the original Halloween. Like, if it were
Right.
the first time. But because that character already existed.
Well, if he had like actually like maybe said some lines or something, like he kind of just runs around and looks awesome and kills people.
Michael Myers never talks, you know.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying like it's not a super. But those might be two of the coolest characters. I just don't think that they utilized the wrestlers as well.
Was it a real wrestler in The Waterboy when he calls in? He's like, "How old are you, kid?"
Oh,
and
Captain Insano? Yeah, it was the Big Show.
I'm 35 years old.
He's like,
yeah, it was the Big Show.
Captain Insano making fun of it.
You know, my favorite fictional wrestling character is the revolting blob.
Oh yeah,
from Billy Madison. Yeah. He was supposed to pinch me if
he killed a guy by like putting his ass on his face.
He goes, no. No, you wouldn't.
And then at the end, he comes out in the mask and Elbow drops the gun out of his hand.
And Nacho Libre was a good
fake wrestler.
Good fake wrestler. Oliver Platt in what was the movie with?
Oh shit, he's the king.
The king, Jerry the King.
Ready to Rumble.
Yeah, Ready to Rumble. When he's like the two kids that are like stalking him, and he's like, "Wrestling's fake, you pair of dipshits." And he's like yelling at him. I fucking love Oliver Platt, dude.
Oliver Platt.
That might be my favorite fake wrestler. Is Oliver
wrestler.
Platt, and the movie's terrible.
The King, yeah.
But you can it's like full of laughs because it's so bad.
Oh, my favorite fake wrestler, easily Bonesaw from Spider-Man, when it's Macho Man. Yeah. And it's just like he has some of those great like macho moments where like they lock the cage and Spider-Man's like, "I didn't sign up for a cage match," and Macho Man, they turn around, he's like, "You ain't going nowhere.
Nowhere.
I got you for 5 minutes." And you're like, holy shit, like Bonesaw's gonna fuck up Spider-Man. The only guy you're like could probably actually beat Spider-Man in a fight, the Macho Man.
Oh yeah. What? No, dude, Spider-Man's like the biggest pussy superhero in the world.
way.
Yeah, way.
He's got one of the all-time best collections of powers. Nah. And he has
he doesn't have any powers.
Superhuman strength.
He can just like jump high and
spider sense, agility, web slinging.
Sense is bullshit.
He is one of the strongest Marvel
Agility
heroes.
Is not a superhero.
He's one of the strongest Marvel heroes. He can lift fucking cars and shit.
Well,
over
they
his
make
head.
him a real pussy in the movies, and I'm awful tired.
They always make him like a little hipster with cool hair.
Yeah, yeah.
Him as a hipster fighting Macho Man in an Affliction Bonesaw shirt.
Peter Parker's like the biggest dickwad in all of like alter ego.
He's
characters.
the everyman. He's
not,
like the intro.
He
to
doesn't
young guys
represent me. He's always like, "I'm just a pussy." He just like runs around and says, "I'm a pussy in real life, and then sometimes I'm Spider-Man." I don't know why he sounds like.
Yeah, I don't. He's like an old New York Jew.
Old Jew.
Oh jeez, oh gee.
He's like, no.
Oh, my spider sense is going off all the time. I can't get a full.
I think if I could eliminate one superhero, I would just be like, kill Spider-Man. I'm done with him.
What?
Yeah, man.
That's
yeah,
fucking
dude.
weak, bro.
No,
that's weak.
I'd rather watch Daredevil.
Daredevil's awesome. It's one of the most awesome.
I'd rather
superheroes.
watch. Yeah, but the movie wasn't that good.
The movie had its
But I'd rather watch that. I'd rather watch Ghost Rider. Over and over.
Sure.
Nick Cage at his worst.
Or his best.
Or
it's one of those
worst.
Nick Cage. Nick Cage has this amazing ability to go from Oscar winner to being in terrible straight to DVD movies and being like this awesome B movie guy.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
All right, so I had Suburban Commando, The Rundown, Princess Bride, and They Live.
Right, and I had Suburban Commando, Santa Sleigh, Princess Bride, and Predator.
Santa Sleigh and Predator.
So, I'm sorry, dude, you lost.
Yeah.
You lost.
I won.
You got dominated.
Well, I won.
I hate to embarrass you on your namesake podcast.
Again, I won. Okay, guys, next week we're going to try out like some new stuff.
New segments. We're
going to do some new segments that we've been working on. And also, we're going to grade Willow. We really are going to do that.
It doesn't exist online.
Yeah, that movie's like
easily
hard to find. And
we have to go buy it on DVD.
Yeah,
or
and
Blu-ray.
being that we're trying to like make movies and stuff, we're kind of against pirating them.
Yes.
Even though I used to do it a lot.
Super bad karma.
But now that we're like trying to be a part of that world, we figured it's bad karma to steal them.
Yeah.
Stupid. But so as soon as we
desperation is what breeds
we
criminals.
can't find it's like not on Netflix. We can't find it to rent anywhere, but we'll find it.
My booze buddy, the Yam, says he's got
it on DVD.
Maybe we'll be able to snag one from the
And
Yam.
also to Derek Arthur out there. Derek listens to the podcast every week.
Yep.
And Derek, He's a Twitter follower of ours. He was in the movie Delivery Man.
Yes.
It came
We have
out.
a famous listener.
Yeah, we actually went to rent the movie on the Xbox last night, and the download of it like screwed up. But we're gonna watch that soon and talk about it as well, and give you like a huge shout out. So don't be mad at us, dickhead.
Don't be mad, bruh.
But get ready for the new segments. We're gonna mess around on Craigslist,
I bet
do
Derek
some weird
Arthur's
stuff.
one of those Affliction shirt wearers. What do you think?
No, Derek, he's way too cool for that.
Is he a hipster or is he an Affliction shirter?
No, but like I bet at one time he at least owned an Ed Hardy shirt.
Ooh.
But like he wore it once.
Tattoo shirt?
He wore it once and was like, you know what, I'm better than this.
He just tore it in a fucking bar.
You know what he did? He went and bought an Ed Hardy shirt. I know this story is true. I'm making it up, but I know it's true. He went and bought an Ed Hardy shirt, and he walked around New York City, and he was like, you know what, I'm better than this.
I own this shit.
He took the shirt off. Went the next day and they were like, "You want to be in the Delivery Man?"
And just went tits out.
Someone
saw him walking around, tits and gut out.
They go, "Hey,
like
awesome dude that just took that Ed Hardy shirt off. you want to be in the Delivery Man with Vince Vaughn?" He's like, "I guess I'll see if I have time. I'm so badass.
I gotta go buy another shirt. I'm busy. Sorry."
So that's where that's at. So yeah, we covered everything that we wanted to cover today. Thanks for listening. Be ready next week for the new segments. And don't forget to keep sharing those Camp Murphy videos so we can make the movie.
That's good.
All right. See y'all later.
You think we'll make a perfect movie?
Doubtful.
Peace.